I'm here with Nate French, who is a designer of the Legend of the Five Rings, the card game. And Nate, we have the Scorpions that we're going to talk about here, Scorpion Clan. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what do you expect from the Scorpions? And I don't think it's terribly hard to figure that out. But take it away. Give us the overview of what the Scorpion Clan's bringing to the table.
Okay, so the Scorpion Clans, they kind of have a bad reputation. They're kind of known as the dishonest, tricky, manipulative clan. Some might even say they're evil. They kind of see it more, though, that they're willing to do kind of the dirty work that it takes to preserve the empire and keep things functioning and afloat, I guess. So it's kind of depending on if you're coming from the perspective of the Scorpion or looking at them from the perspective of someone else. Is kind of it will influence how you feel about kind of their tactics and their way of presenting themselves.
So they're just willing to get the job done.
Yeah, they're willing to get the job done, and kind of the ends justify the means type approach is kind of their way of looking at things.
What kind of mechanics are they bringing to the game?
Okay, so mechanically, they're very much about so the game is kind of divided. There's kind of like your province play and open information coming from the provinces, and then you have your conflict deck hand. So their play style focuses very heavily on the cards in hand, the tricks, hidden information, surprising swings, things you weren't expecting to happen, and then also manipulating your opponent's characters and either kind of taking control of opponent's characters or changing the way they're going to function. I guess kind of a very manipulative is really the best word. Yeah, tricky and manipulative is their play style.
Nice. Well, let's bust out some cards here. What are they bringing to the table?
Okay, so the first one is appropriately named, I guess, the Bayushi Manipulator. It's a one-cost character, one strength in both of its stats, and it has a reaction after honor dials are revealed, increase the value of your bid by 1. So basically, what this is, it gives them kind of a leg up in the honor bidding phase of the game, where they can bid lower, and then once they've seen what you bid, if they want to trigger these abilities, they can change the value of your bid and kind of manipulate what's going on with who's drawing cards and how much honor is actually going to change hands. So it almost feels like they're cheating at that part of the game when they have this card in play.
Yeah.
They can set theirs with a little bit more information. And a cool thing about this card, if you have multiples in play, you can stack them on top of each other and get your bid.
Well, that seems handy.
Yeah, and if you need a lot of cards too, it's going to cost honor, but you can bump the value of your bid up beyond the 5 to 6 too, which is kind of cool so you can get more cards in hand, and then you'll have more of these tricks at your disposal.
Nice.
So there's that. Next one also kind of represents this is their clan-specific province, the Secret Cache, which basically when the province is attacked, it lets them look at the top 5 cards of their conflict deck and choose a card to place in their hand. So they can, whatever's going on the board, they can look into their conflict deck for a specific answer to that situation. Again, cards in hand and what's going on.
Starting to understand exactly how this clan goes.
So the natural card type that they're going to be strong at is events. So we have the City of Lies. Reduce the cost. It's a holding, 1 defense strength. Reduce the cost of the next event you play this phase by 1. It's an action, so it kind of gives them a reduction on action. So it is one of the few. It's a very controlled, but one of the few kind of economy cards in the game. Most of the economy is built into the system. You get your 7 fate each round through your stronghold, and then the fate can appear on the rings. By passing, you can get fate. It's all part of the game. So there's a few cards that interact with it in this, but it's always very controlled. So this could be a very powerful effect in the early game. Just getting that reduction and using it to play a lot of events could be really useful. Then finally, just another character that kind of represents I'm going to manipulate opponent's characters, the Young Rumor Monger. It says it's an interrupt effect. When a character would be honored or dishonored, choose another character controlled by the same player, that character receives the honor or dishonor instead. So either offensively or defensively, if something happens to one of my characters, but this character is going to be dishonored, they are going to have effects that self-dishonor, so you can move that somewhere else. Or it might be opponent's trying to honor one of his characters, but the young rumor monger starts some gossip that, no, it wasn't that character who was doing it, it was this guy over here, and it shifts the glory. And if you move it from a 3 to a 1, that's a big swing, and maybe the 1's not even in the conflict, so the honor that your opponent is trying to accomplish could be wasted. So
is this one that comes from the this is in play whenever the conflict is happening, right?
Yeah.
So you know right off the bat, it's like, even my plans, I just have to kind of get through it, because there's nothing I can really do to prevent this from happening.
Yeah, it makes trying to play an honor dishonor game when the Scorpions are involved a very risky proposition that is hard to control what the end result will be.
Well, what do you like? So what do you like when you're playing this clan, right? So you're playing a game. What does it feel like? What's your favorite part of that?
There are times where it kind of feels like they can be playing a completely different game, because they're playing behind the scenes, very close to the vest. You don't know exactly what they're trying to accomplish. Are they bidding high because they want to get more cards in hand, or are they bidding high because they want to have less honor than me? Like they're going to have some abilities that, like, when you're more dishonorable than your opponent, the abilities trick on. So you're not really sure. When you're playing them, you can hide your motives, hide your objectives, and the opponent is never completely sure what you're trying to accomplish. And you can play a lot of mind games with them and kind of keep your opponents guessing. I think that's the best part of it.
All right. Well, there's the Scorpion clan, and if you were excited by what Nate just said, then this is definitely the clan for you. And I know a lot of people at home that are excited at that point. Thanks for watching, guys. We got more for L5R coming, so stay tuned.